One of the things that I've seen that kind of separates the really top high performers from the guys that are just barely making the minimums as far as in sales is a couple things. Biggest one is selling out of their own pocket. People go to customers' houses and they'll see their living situation, because they just think that they can't afford it. They don't go in there and give them what they need. As the top performers, they go in there and say, hey, this is what you need and this is what we're going to do. Like, this is what we have to do to take care of your problems and do it right. One, the customers will use you more times because they know that you have integrity. And two, when you actually take care of the customer's problems and you actually go in there and say, hey, I know we could do the minimum, but the minimum will leave you with problems again, and the minimum will leave you unhappy with me. Like, I know it's not going to be right. Like, that's a harder conversation to have. The other thing that I just noticed is we have this process, the perfect service call, from when you go into bed the night before, waking up the day of, to your introduction with the customer, to diagnosing times, to setting up expectations for after you leave there for what's going to happen as far as the install goes. Like, the guys who can follow that process fully are the guys who have success. Last thing I think that really discredits a lot of sales guys, they go in there and they'll say something like, I think we should do this, but I'm also, been doing this for a year or something. I don't know. Maybe someone can do it better. And it's crazy. You could tell he just was not an elite guy because he went in there and just discredited himself. The customer was like, I just don't have faith that I could give this guy $10,000, $20,000 and he's going to come through my expectations, let alone exceed my expectations. And I go in there and go, listen, not only am I going to meet your expectations, I'm going to give you a really good deal on it, and I'm going to make sure that you're happier at the end of it, that you're going to want to use this again for everything. And that's one of the promises I make when I go into a customer's house.